Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
We do have a seclusion and restraint issue in this school district.
A federal agency is looking into Fargo Public Schools' use of seclusion and restraint. The U.S. Department of Education's Office of Civil Rights is conducting a compliance review to see if the district's use of those practices violates students' rights. Valley News Team's education reporter Veronica Marshall has details on the review and reaction from local advocates.
I walked into the school and she was inside the seclusion room, hiding underneath a chair with her pants off because I didn't let her use the restroom and she had urinated on her pants.
You have somebody laying on top of him. When he's laying there, what if he stopped breathing and he died? I wouldn't have gotten a phone call from him. I would have got a call from the school saying your son is dead.
I've been sharing parents' voices as they tell their stories of seclusion and restraint within Fargo Public Schools. And now there's a new voice in the conversation. The U.S. Department of Education's Office of Civil Rights is looking into the district's use of seclusion and restraint. In a statement, the school district says it welcomes the opportunity and looks forward to the partnership. And it's not the only one supporting the review.
This, I think, was a really great step in the right direction for everyone.
We see children who have been seriously injured. We see children who have died. We don't want that. No one ever wants that. Looking at where we are right now and building in new strategies and new solutions and best practice, we can avoid that.
Fargo Public Schools says the compliance review may take up to 1 year to complete, with more staff training as a possible end result.
That's really all we want, is we want someone to look at it. We want someone to help us find a solution.
There are some really good teachers who use great strategies, and we just need to expand those across the entire district so that seclusion and restraint is not an option.
With the thought of new strategies and new training, local community members say they hope there will be an end to stories like these.
He didn't want to be at school. It wasn't a safe, fun place for him.
She opened the door and found my son curled up in a fetal position, wailing like a wounded animal.
In Fargo, Veronica Marshall, Valley News Live.
The district is required to send its seclusion and restraint data to the OCR 1 week from today. Parents are being encouraged to send in their own testimony, so the OCR has data that might not have been undocumented in the district. For information on how to do that, go to our website, valleynewslive.com. There's some good news tonight regarding the impending flood fight for Fargo. The latest flood outlook dropping the expected crest of the Red River by 2 feet, now pointing to somewhere closer to 39 feet. The National Weather Service says the gradual melt over the last week or so has really helped. The Red River should reach minor flood stage on Sunday and will continue to rise as the melt continues. Fargo Mayor Tim Mahoney said in a statement today that the flood of 2019 is not over and we must not become complacent. Meanwhile, efforts continue at Sandbag Central, but today's news is prompting a major change there. Valley News Team's Joshua Pagero joins us with the details. Joshua?
Mike, I can tell you Sandbag Central seems like the place to be. There's music blaring inside this arena, this facility, and right behind me you can see volunteers busy at work. Right there you have NDSU players preparing and helping out in the effort. You also have several other people that are joining in, just putting sandbags together. Crews have been moving crates filled with sandbags ever since I got here at around a little bit before 5. But again, as you mentioned, they need 400,000 sandbags as opposed to the 1 million. And we also spoke with an NDSU football player who commented that the reason why he's here is to help out the community.
It's for our community, so it's just anything I can do to help. As a football player, we don't really have a lot of options to go out because of practice, so any little thing we can do on the weekends or off days is just it's just the right thing to do.
Again, the sandbagging efforts ends at 7 p.m., so a little bit less than an hour. And we spoke with a city official that says that if they need more sandbags, they will continue They wouldn't mind reopening Sandbag Central. Again, I'm going to send it right back to you in the studio, Mike, reporting live in Fargo. Joshua Figueroa, Valley News Live.
All right, thanks, Joshua. Fargo engineers will be making changes to the flood maps and plans over the weekend. A meeting will be held on the updates Monday. It's at 8 in the morning in the Commission chambers at Fargo City Hall. Groups or people still interested in helping the flood fight are now urged to contact Cass County or the city of Moorhead to help with their sandbagging efforts. If you're interested in getting involved, you can call ahead. Go to our website and find out more information. It's valleynewslive.com for the details. Let's find out if those favorable weather conditions will continue into our Friday night, and Hutch is here with the answer. Hutch?
Yes, indeed. We have colder air punching its way in from Canada, a cold front causing some isolated areas of light rain or even snow up north and very gusty winds. Fargo seeing some showers moving into the area of rain, but up north near Grand Forks, Devils Lake, Candu, and Maddock, we're seeing a few flakes of snow. Look at your forecast. Temperatures will plummet into the low 20s by the time we get to bedtime tonight. We'll have gusts upwards of 35 to 40 miles per hour, Mike, so hold on to your hat. Grand Forks, a few flakes flying around the area. Temperatures in the teens in the early overnight hours. It looks like a cold weekend, and that is ideal for slowing down the melt. I'll have details on what we can expect as we go through the weekend and beyond in a moment.
All right. Thanks so much, Hutch. We now know the name of the person who was found dead in a house fire in Thief River Falls earlier this week. The body of 23-year-old Alexandra Jo Ellingson was recovered from the home at 300 block of Arnold Avenue. An autopsy confirmed that she died from asphyxiation. 23-year-old Devin Polzinski is charged with second-degree intentional homicide and first-degree arson. He's facing a maximum sentence of 40 years on the murder charge, 20 years for the arson charge. He's being held on a minimum of $1 million bond. Bail has been set for the man accused of killing his son in a Fargo crash and seriously injuring his other child. Christopher Devine is charged with criminal vehicular homicide and criminal vehicular injury in the crash on South University Drive on March 23rd. Devine's medical records showed that his blood alcohol level at the time of the crash was 3 times the legal limit. 7-year-old Jason Devine died as a result of his injuries, and 5-year-old Brandon remains in critical condition. Devine's bail has been set at $500,000. A Fargo man wanted for robbery in Moorhead is behind bars tonight. 21-year-old Bilal Shahid was found this afternoon during a narcotics-related search in the 1000 block of 9th Avenue South in Fargo. Shahid was taken into custody without incident for aggravated robbery. Moorhead police are not saying what robbery Shahid is connected to, but they do say he is a person of interest in a burglary case. A West Fargo police officer has been demoted after an internal investigation into his arrest for driving under the influence back in February. Off-duty Sergeant Ryan Dennis has been demoted from his supervisory position to a patrol officer spot and will serve a 15-day unpaid suspension effective today. On March 20th, Sergeant Dennis pleaded guilty to actual physical control of a vehicle while under the influence of an intoxicating liquor. Officer Dennis is also required to follow all sentencing requirements. Time for a look at this week's Valley's Most Wanted. Police say this person, 33-year-old Ryan Forney, is wanted for failing to register as a sexual offender. You're urged to call your local law enforcement agency if you have any information on his whereabouts. We have a scam warning for you tonight as authorities in Polk County want you to know about attempts through Facebook. A resident received a friend request through Facebook Messenger from the scammer that was posing as a relative. The picture attached to the message was also of the relative. The resident was told about a deal where you could get thousands of dollars back as long as you give them money. They asked the resident to purchase Amazon gift cards and give a third party the numbers to start the process. Authorities say any time that you're asked to go to the local store and buy gift cards, it is a scam.